Hi, I'm Kristen Uppenlotz-Breck of Pilates Home Practice. If you saw my first video, you know that I'm in week 2 of a personal challenge to do a back walkover by my 50th birthday, which is now in 16 weeks. So here's a little bit of my story. When I was a kid, I was a gymnast, and I was what you might call a daredevil klutz. I fell on my head a lot. I fell on my head off of a trampoline once. I fell on my chin twice, where I needed stitches. So 20 years ago, when I had 2 car accidents in 2 years, it wasn't surprising that I was injured in my cervical spine, my neck. So I had a lot of chronic pain in my mid-back neck, numbness in my hands, stiff neck, that kind of thing. It's also when I discovered Pilates about 20 years ago to deal with those injuries. And my life was transformed, but it's been a long journey. And I have almost no pain in my neck anymore, and no numbness. So things are great, but I still have a bit of trouble getting my arms up by my ears like this. That's a big challenge. And to do a back bend from standing, I need to have my arms there so that I can establish the strength in my mid-back to catch myself. So what I'm going to start with today is mobility. Because in any movement challenge, you need to make sure that your bones are in the right place, that your muscles are in alignment so that you can have the best movement experience possible. So for me, I'm going to work on where I know I have tension patterns, and that is in my pectoral muscles, in my shoulders, my upper trapezius, and also in my hips, in my quadriceps, and my sartorius, which is a long muscle that crosses the hip to the knee. I know that I have a lot of tightness there, and in back extension, you need to be very open in your hips. And another tension pattern I have is from this hand all the way up the arm to the neck. So all this week I've been doing a lot of stretching of my fingers and trying to release this tension pattern up here. All right, so today I'm just going to do some simple stretches through the front of my hip and my pectorals. Okay, so this is the sartorius stretch. That's very good for me. And I'm doing this up on a roller to give myself a little height, and I'm just going to lean back. I'm really pulling my belly in and up to keep my back safe, and I'm getting this nice stretch across my quadricep and sartorius there. I can do that with both legs at the same time as well, and I want to make sure that I'm really trying to flatten my back and not overdoing it. I can also do this on the floor. And I'm going to hang out here for maybe 30 seconds. Now, another thing that I'm trying to do is once I establish a little bit more mobility, I'm trying to feel that in my daily life. When I walk, I'm trying to have a little bit more extension through my hips. All right, now here's the pectoral stretch that I'm going to do. After I roll out my arm and shoulders, I'm going to lay on a roller like this. I can do a little pelvic tilting here. Bring my arms up. I'm going to drop my arms heavy into my sockets. I'm going to stay anchored through my rib cage as I bring my arms overhead. And then I'm going to bring my arms into a goal post here. It gives me a nice stretch through my pectoral muscles, through my chest. And I'm going to exhale, soften my sternum, and drop my rib cage down. And I get a very nice stretch here across my pectoral muscles. And I can slide my arms up and down and try to feel that connection down into my mid-back. And I can hang out here for a while too. Just see if I can get my arms to drop down to the ground and release through the chest. So that's what I'm working on right now, just starting at the beginning, trying to get more extension through my hips, more release and extension through my shoulders, and working on this tension pattern, because if I'm in a back bend, I have to have a lot of extension through my wrist. And that's going to be challenging to me. All right, so that's week 2. I'll be doing all kinds of interesting, I'm thinking of all kinds of interesting strengthening exercises for later, because I have to have explosive strength to kick over. That's going to be really challenging for me. It's going to be really challenging to go down slowly in a back bend. So I've actually been dreaming of interesting exercises on the Pilates apparatus to get specific strength for what I need. But it's important that I start with mobility, then stability, and then strength. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. I'm nervous too because I'm not sure if I can do it. But I'm going to work really hard, and if you'll get on board with me and support me, cheer me on, and share your movement challenges too, so that I can support you and cheer you on as I create this resource for bringing Pilates into your home. Thank you.